From eerie video proof of ancient river monsters, lurking in the depths, to bizarre clips of unknown flying objects, seemingly attempting to invade our Earth, and even spine-chilling footage of elusive night crawlers. Old times, for some, they're a source of fascination, nostalgic even, but for others, they conjure up terrifying nightmares of the monstrous beasts that once roamed the Earth. And just when I thought I could shake that fear, we get a video that suggests one of those ancient monsters might still be lurking, alive. This video was taken aboard a fishing ship, where the crew had gathered around what should have been a big catch. But this isn't just a big catch. It's a monster. In the clip, you can see them pulling up what looks like a colossal, eel-like sea creature, complete with razor-sharp predatory teeth that scream "stay away." The sheer size of this beast is mind-blowing. You can see it towering over the crew members standing next to it, making them look small in comparison. It's like something straight out of a nightmare, and people who've seen the video are already losing their minds, claiming it could be a sea serpent from a lost world. Of course, not everyone's buying into the monster hype. Some skeptics are calling it out as an AI-generated hoax, which, let's be real, could totally be the case in today's world of deepfakes. But regardless of what's real or fake, this video has cranked up my fear of the ocean by a factor of 100. Whatever that thing is, I'm staying as far away from the deep sea as possible. When it comes to the sea, I would say one of the most dangerous jobs, hands down, has to be fishing. And if you're doing it on a jangada, well, you're practically asking for trouble. This video proves just how quickly things can go wrong. The footage you just watched comes from a group of fishermen out on a jangada boat off the northeast coast of Brazil. In the video, you can see their small boat almost submerged, with the crew desperately trying to keep themselves above water. But the real horror kicks in when the camera pans around, revealing a chilling sight. It's just all ocean. No other boats, no land, nothing but endless water. These guys are stranded, completely isolated in the middle of the sea, and the tension in the air is palpable. Imagine being in their shoes, surrounded by the vast emptiness of the ocean, knowing that one wrong move could spell disaster. It's the kind of situation that would make anyone's heart race. Thankfully, I think these fishermen managed to get help. After all, someone had to upload this video, right? Still, the whole thing is a terrifying reminder of just how dangerous the open sea can be. Imagine a massive rock, the size of a truck, hurtling straight toward you. What's your first move? Obviously, you jump out of the way, right? Well, not these hikers. They just stood there, watching, as if they were front row at a live-action thriller. That was way too close for comfort. This clip comes from a group of hikers who were out enjoying a nice hike, when suddenly they spotted a giant boulder breaking loose from the nearby mountain. And when I say giant, I mean huge. In the video, you can see this enormous rock plummeting down at breakneck speed, heading straight for them. But here's the crazy part. These guys just stand there, gawking at it like it's some new blockbuster movie. The rock was speeding towards them, and only when it got dangerously close did they realize they were in serious trouble. Panic set in, and they scrambled to get out of the way, narrowly dodging the boulder by the smallest of margins. Honestly, this might be one of the slowest reactions I've ever seen. Or maybe just the dumbest. Either way, I bet these hikers learned their lesson and won't be caught hesitating like that again. Camping in the forest sounds pretty cool and all, until your nature decides to wake you up in the most terrifying way possible. This clip was posted on Reddit and shows a camper who found themselves in a rather tense situation. The video starts with the camera peeking out of the tent, and what's right there, just inches away, is a massive bear casually strolling by, completely unaware it's being filmed. This bear isn't just big, it's enormous, like something straight out of a nature documentary, probably sniffing around for food. The moment the camera catches sight of this beast, you can practically feel its powerful, ferocious aura coming out of screen. The camper, understandably freaked out, slowly retreats back into the safety of their tent, and the video cuts off right there. Honestly, if I woke up to see a bear that close to my tent, my heart would have stopped on the spot. I mean, they could tear right through the tent. And after that, well, let's not even go there. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. There are countless unknown flying objects citing videos online, showing them in all sorts of shapes and sizes. But this particular one reveals a totally different side of these events.
But if the vast amount of...
What was that? This video comes from an apartment owner who later uploaded it on Reddit, claiming to have captured an unknown flying object in action. In the footage, you can see 3 black sphere-like objects hovering in the sky. What makes this sighting stand out is how these objects form a perfect triangle. Now, before your mind jumps to the usual explanation, balloons, they're not. These spheres are rotating around each other in a strange, synchronized dance, completely unaffected by the wind, which would have easily moved balloons around. According to the person who filmed it, these objects weren't just flying weirdly, they were flickering in and out of visibility, almost like they were glitching in the sky, not reflecting sunlight like Mylar balloons would. It's eerie. Now, if you ask me, there's a slim chance these could be drones. But I've never seen drones pull off a stunt like this. What do you think? Are we looking at something out of this world, or is there a more grounded explanation? If you have thalassophobia, the fear of the sea, then this next clip is practically ripped straight from your worst nightmares. I mean, seriously, this is pure nightmare fuel. The video, originally from TikTok, shows a car driving along what seems like a perfectly normal, cozy highway, until things take a terrifying turn. As the car drives ahead, it becomes clear that the road is cutting right through a raging sea. The waves are violently crashing against the roadside barriers, and it feels like at any moment those waves could leap over, engulf the road, and sweep the cars away into the abyss. It's honestly spine-chilling just watching it. You can almost imagine one wrong move, and everything could be swept away in an instant. Now, here's the real question. Would you dare drive on this road for $1,000? As for me, nope, no way. Nature is a wild, complex web of connections, and this proves it. This clip comes from Shenyang, China, and it looks like these fish are throwing an underwater rave. In the video, you can see them leaping out of the water in a bizarre, synchronized dance. We're talking feet in the air, as if they're trying to escape the storm above. It's like a fisherman's dream come true. Fish practically jumping into your net. So, why is this happening? Well, it's all thanks to this massive rainstorm. Shenyang's biggest in 73 years. The rain is likely coming down with such vibration and frequency that it prompts these fish to jump. Why does that specific frequency trigger this reaction? Honestly, I have no idea. But it's interesting to note that this behavior also occurs when boats cruise through lakes or rivers filled with Asian carp, so there's something to it. Whatever the reason behind it, these fish sure seem like they're having a blast. For the Bigfoot enthusiasts out there, I recently managed to create a Bigfoot figurine that I absolutely love having as decoration in my living room, or gifting to some of my friends. If you would like to get one of these for yourself, check this link on the screen or from the video's description. There's a limited number of them. Have you heard about the so-called Mickey Mouse shark that a group of fishermen stumbled upon in Japan? What am I talking about? Well, you'll want to see this for yourself. This isn't some wild Disney spin-off. It's an actual catch by a fishing crew. In the video, you can see them reeling in a shark that looks like it swam straight out of a cartoon. Seriously, this shark has big ears that could rival Mickey Mouse's and a wide, cheeky grin on its face. Those googly eyes are also spot on. It's honestly quite strange, and it's said to be some kind of rare species recently discovered. But don't worry. This Mickey Mouse shark isn't hunting you down in the ocean. It's likely just a creation gone a little haywire. You can even spot the distorted expressions on the fishermen's faces as he tries to piece together the scene. For some, nighttime offers a peaceful escape from the exhaustion of the day, while for others, it brings an unsettling sense of dread, not just because of the darkness, but because of what might be lurking within it. This video offers a chilling glimpse into that eerie world. Captured by an unknown individual, this video surfaced online, showcasing something truly spine-tingling, a night crawler. In the footage, the cameraman appears to be wandering through a dense forest, searching for something, and then suddenly, he finds it. A figure emerges, peeking from behind a tree. This figure is utterly horrifying, possessing a humanoid shape, but the scariest part, it's staring directly into the camera, as if it had been waiting for the cameraman's arrival. This lurking cryptid is enough to send chills down your spine. But I can't help but wonder, what on earth was this man doing in such a creepy place in the first place? Our technology keeps advancing at a rapid pace, but I never thought it would be able to capture real-life ghosts like this. What you just saw comes from the Apple Vision Pro, showcasing what appears to be ghostly figures wandering around a kitchen. In the video, you can see a white outline of a ghost casually tiptoeing through the house. This specter has a humanoid shape and suddenly starts chasing the cameraman. But don't freak out. It's just a game simulation using the Apple Vision Pro. These ghosts are purely virtual. Let's be honest, seeing something follow you like that is pretty creepy to say the least. Just imagine if our mobile cameras could do this. We might catch glimpses of what other entities, or individuals, are living right beside us. They say if you have a strong enough bond with a loved one who has passed away, they can communicate with you from the afterlife. I didn't believe this until I stumbled upon this haunting video. Did you hear that? This video comes from a father whose daughter recently passed away, and it seems she's still trying to show her love. The footage is captured by a nanny cam, and as the father walks past his daughter's room, something incredible happens. As he passes, you can hear a faint sound saying, "I love you, Daddy." It's a high-pitched whisper that's almost imperceptible, yet it's undeniably there. When the father heard this sound in the recording afterward, he remarked that it definitely sounds like his daughter. It's truly shocking to see something like this captured on video. What are your thoughts on it? There's a long-standing debate about whether animals have feelings, and this video from a construction site might just shed some light on it. What you just saw was captured by a construction worker who encountered a rather unusual situation at work. In the video, as the conveyor belt machine is running, something unexpected pops out of its nozzle. A raccoon, but wait, it gets even better. Instead of just scurrying away, this clever raccoon jumps right back onto the conveyor belt and takes the whole ride again. And again, it looks like the raccoon is using it as a motorized slide, enjoying every moment of it. It's incredible to witness animals like raccoons finding joy and entertainment in their surroundings like this. What do you think? Do animals have feelings? This little guy certainly seems to be having a blast. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. When it comes to our planet, we have solid earth, water, and then there's sand. Each of these elements brings its own set of strange phenomena, and this video captures something particularly eerie happening in the sand. In this intriguing footage from a desert, a worker stumbles upon a bizarre phenomenon that's hard to ignore. As the camera rolls, we see the sand sinking into the ground, almost like a sinkhole is forming right before our eyes. It's mesmerizing and unsettling all at once. Curiously, the cameraman tosses a couple of bricks into this strange pit, and they disappear as if they were swallowed whole. It's a sight that left me scratching my head, so I decided to do a little digging. Turns out, there are a couple of reasonable explanations for this oddity. It could be the result of a pierced pipe beneath the sand, causing excessive air pressure, or maybe it's just a natural gas leak. But honestly, that still doesn't fully explain why it's gobbling up everything in sight. To me, it feels like a scene straight out of the movie Dune. There are bugs that can walk on the surface of water, but have you ever heard of horses that can do the same? Well, this cameraman managed to capture just that. Sort of. This fascinating video was shared on Reddit by a user who claimed to have caught sight of floating horses on a river. In the footage, we see two horses standing in the middle of the river. But here's the strange part. They appear to be standing on the water's surface, seemingly defying the laws of physics. Are these floating horses real? Well, not quite. As it turns out, this video is a clever optical illusion created by the cameraman. He himself is floating down the river on something, and as he passes by these horses, they appear to be standing in shallow water. The footage was then stabilized to keep the focus on the horses, enhancing the illusion that they're floating. It's a stunning visual trick that's both shocking and awesome to witness. We've all witnessed some pretty unfortunate situations in our lives, but none can compare to this poor car owner who parked his vehicle only to have luck decide it was time for a reverse car wash. In this wild video, we see how even a seemingly safe parking spot can turn into a nightmare. The scene unfolds in a bustling parking lot where multiple cars are parked peacefully, until one unlucky vehicle becomes the target of a torrent of muddy water pouring down from a broken pipe. It's like a waterfall of filth crashing down. This mess happened because someone accidentally struck a water pipe, causing it to burst wide open, and now another car owner is left to deal with the fallout. Honestly, after seeing this, I think I'll double check my parking spot from now on. Who knew a day out could turn into a watery disaster? Growing up, the character of Tarzan really fascinated us, especially his incredible ability to communicate with animals. This next video showcases a real-life Tarzan who seems to master that skill perfectly.
I just saw one.
Amazing, right? This video features a hunter proudly displaying his rather unusual talent. We see him sitting comfortably in his seat, hands cupped around his mouth, and then he emits a remarkably loud sound that mimics a coyote's call. To our astonishment, the coyotes respond. We can hear their howls echoing back from all around the forest, creating a captivating symphony of wildlife. It almost feels like a scene straight out of a Tarzan movie. Now, I can't help but wonder, what would happen if he tried calling tigers? The sea is truly terrifying, with its vastness and the sheer force of its waves. This video captures the horror of the ocean, taking our fear to a whole new level. What we're looking at here are clips from the Northern Sea, the very place sailors dread the most. In the first clip, we witness a ship being tossed around, practically standing on its end, as a massive wave engulfs it. It's as if the ocean is toying with this colossal vessel, reminding us just how small we really are in its presence. Then, we move to another ship that seems to dance up and down on the towering waves, desperately trying to maintain its balance. The tension is palpable as it crashes back into the water with a bone-rattling splash. And just when you think it can't get worse, we see yet another monstrous wave looming over a ship, making navigation nearly impossible. These waves are over 50 feet high. Truly a sailor's worst nightmare. Hats off to the builders of these ships. It's a testament to human engineering that they managed to stay upright in such chaotic waters. Always lock your car doors. I'm not just talking about carjackers. There are some wild beasts in nature that have evolved to get inside.
If it was unlocked, they would. Look, he's pulling. Oh my God! Caleb! Caleb, he's in their car! Oh, he's trapped! He's trapped in their car!
This incredible video was recorded by a driver and later uploaded online. In the footage, we see a curious black bear sauntering toward a parked car. As it approaches the front door, the bear surprisingly stands up on its hind legs and casually opens the door. Yep, it was unlocked. The bear then slips inside, and the door swings shut behind it, trapping the furry intruder. It's likely the bear was just on the hunt for a snack, but now it's locked inside the vehicle. Imagine the owner's reaction when they return to find this ferocious and unexpected surprise waiting for them. So please, take my advice and lock your doors. Wild animals are more cunning than you think. There's a fine line between being overly confident and downright reckless, and this pilot seems to completely obliterate that line while recording this clip. What you just witnessed comes from a pilot with a questionable idea, recording a tornado as it begins to form. In the video, we see the pilot circling around a swirling column of air extending ominously toward the ground, resembling a landspout tornado in the making. It's an incredible sight, but let's be real. The pilot is way too close for comfort. Tornadoes can form in an instant, and in the blink of an eye, they transform into massive beasts capable of sucking everything in their path. Luckily, this daring pilot made it out okay, but seriously, what was he thinking? If you hate worms, I recommend you skip this next video because it showcases your worst nightmare on a grand scale.
是不是？
再见。
我们走旁边，走旁边。
Absolutely terrifying. This video, uploaded on YouTube, captures what looks like a river of creepy crawlies migrating to who knows where, as we watch thousands, no, tens of thousands, of these wriggling creatures form a caravan, and they are seriously large. As the cameraman zooms in, we realize that these aren't just any ordinary worms. They're centipedes. It's likely they're migrating to a damp area, but just imagine, you're lying there in their path, and suddenly they're all crawling over you. The thought alone is pure nightmare fuel. Having security cameras installed at home usually provides a sense of safety, but occasionally they can capture scenes that evoke the opposite feeling. In this 2019 video from a house's security camera, the backyard of the house initially appears normal. However, something catches the eye in the background, a being moving in a peculiar way. This creature has long hands, tiny legs, and uses its hands for walking. It doesn't resemble any known animal or human, leaving viewers puzzled. Some viewers suggest it could be the rake or a skinwalker due to its appearance, but I doubt that. The rake and skinwalker typically move on all fours like animals, so my guess is that this might be a nightcrawler, known for their slightly elongated arms. Our forests are full of mysterious creatures, and this Canadian video adds to the sightings. The footage captures a distant view of the Canadian woods, revealing a strange humanoid creature crouching within. It remains in a crouched position, potentially waiting for something or someone to pass by, hinting at a possible intention to attack. The creature's long arms give it an intimidating appearance, and at times it seems to be signaling someone to either follow or stay low. It's conceivable that this creature is part of a group, possibly gathered for hunting. As the cameraman continues recording, he pans the camera toward a cyclist approaching the figure. When he turns the camera back to the creature, it mysteriously disappears, and the video concludes. Upon zooming in, the creature's strange body texture and a lizard-like head become apparent. Based on these features, to me, this creature looks like it could be a lizard man. Ever seen those alien-like worms from movies? This video brings you footage of something similar. Recorded by a villager after rain, it shows a worm in the mud, initially appearing normal. The creature undergoes a transformation when touched by the villager. Root-like webs start growing from its body, expanding rapidly. These web-like structures emerge as a defensive mechanism, triggered when the worm feels threatened. Despite its terrifying appearance, this worm isn't an extraterrestrial invader, but a creature that has existed on our planet for a long time. belonging to the Nemertea phylum. It's known as the ribbon worm. The ribbon worm uses its web for both capturing prey and as a defense mechanism. So viewers, there's no need to rush to your bunkers. This creature is not an alien. To witness nature at its finest, seeing a ferocious lion in the act of hunting is unparalleled. But what if the lion decides to bring on a show for you? This video comes from a family on a camping trip in the Amazon forest. While enjoying the sunset, a lion unexpectedly strolled into their camp. Surprisingly, the lion appeared non-aggressive, in a relaxed mode, casually wandering around and exploring. After satisfying its curiosity by inspecting various things, the lion eventually ventured off, seemingly indifferent to the humans observing the spectacle. It proved to be a simultaneously fascinating and frightening experience for the campers present. What struck me was the intense moment at the end when the lion looked back at the family before departing. In the video's closing moments, a lady from the family can be seen covering her mouth to avoid making any noise or screams that might potentially provoke the lion. It was a tense moment for them, but thankfully, everything turned out well and good. A Reddit user uploaded a video claiming to have captured footage of a cryptid in an abandoned house. In the shared footage, the explorers are seen navigating the abandoned house, but the front door is locked. Undeterred, the curious cameraman spots a small opening at the top of the door and inserts his camera to record the interior. The camera captures a dark hallway, and at the end of it, a figure with glowing eyes is standing, staring back at the camera. The cameraman, focused on extending his hand to get a better shot, remains unaware of the creature. The mysterious figure continues to stare for a while before suddenly charging towards the camera. Unknowingly, the man recording pulls out his camera just as the creature is about to attack. In the video, viewers can even catch a glimpse of the creature's claw as the explorer retrieves the camera. While it's challenging to discern details due to the darkness, it's clear that whatever this creature was, its sudden charge suggests that its motives were anything but innocent. Have you ever seen those sci-fi movies where enormous space squids soar through the sky, causing terror? Well, there's a video circulating that seems to capture a real-life version of that scenario. Taken from a plane, the footage shows something massive and squid-like in the distance, resembling a giant squid with its upper body and long tentacles. At one point, it even looks like two separate creatures as it turns. The body appears to thin out, and then the video abruptly ends. Upon closer examination, some speculate that it could be contrails from a plane. However, there's no visible aircraft nearby, and if it were contrails, they should have dissipated after a few minutes when the plane moved on. Another suggestion is that it might be a custom-designed squid-shaped kite, but its size makes it improbable to fly in such high altitudes and strong winds. If it isn't one of these explanations, some are entertaining the idea that it could be an unknown alien creature. Last encounter on the campsite with a lion was quite serene, with the majestic creature appearing calm and curious. However, in this new video, from a forest safari, we get a glimpse of a different side of lions when they shift into hunting mode. The footage shows a car being pursued by a group of lions. Initially, one lion charges at the car, attempting to bring it down. Soon, more lions join in, creating a chase scenario. The driver accelerates to escape, and the lions persist in their pursuit. Eventually, the driver circles back, revealing a photographer in the front seat, capturing this intense moment on camera. It's risky business, especially since the lions in these safari areas are known for their intelligence. I've even seen videos where they open car doors, so the photographer should have exercised more caution, especially with the windows open like that. We're accustomed to thinking that our feline friends are unbeatable when it comes to hunting rats, but this video from Russia might make us reconsider. The footage captures a surprising scene where a massive rat fearlessly charges at a group of 5 cats. None of the cats seem willing to confront or fight the rat, which launches an attack on the cats with full force. The rat starts by going after a black cat, then turns its attention to another cat. Despite the black cat's attempts to retaliate, the rat proves too strong and large for the feline. It jumps around, taking advantage of every opportunity to attack. The entire incident was recorded by a family from the safety of their car, leaving them astonished. It's truly remarkable how nature can be so unpredictable. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. This video originates from Texas and was shared by a ranch owner who claims to have captured footage of Bigfoot. While taking his morning stroll near a forest lake, the rancher noticed a humanoid figure in the distance. Initially thinking it was a person, he called out, but received no response. The figure remained stationary, prompting the rancher to start recording. The humanoid figure stood there, seemingly doing nothing. The rancher, puzzled by its identity, speculated that it could be Bigfoot. In terms of appearance, the creature seemed quite humanoid, with thick black fur resembling the descriptions of Bigfoot sightings. However, I'm a bit skeptical about it being an actual Bigfoot, because the size of its legs looked more human, and its posture was also quite human-like. So I suspect it might be someone wearing a Bigfoot costume either for a prank or to create an interesting video.
Is that Bigfoot? I can't zoom in any further with this mode.
This video comes from an African safari and depicts the potential aggressiveness of animals when they feel provoked. Recorded by a woman on a boat, the footage captures a wild buffalo in close proximity. The buffalo appears agitated by the presence of tourists, recording it, and adopts a threatening posture. A guide on the scene had assured everyone that the buffalo wouldn't come further than the water's edge, but that prediction proved to be incorrect. As the buffalo became more agitated, it started charging towards the boat. Initially, the woman recording thought the buffalo would stop upon entering the water, but to her surprise, it swiftly approached the boat within seconds. Faced with the approaching threat, the people in the boat began to scream and lose their balance.
Oh gosh, oh no! Look how fast he's going. Oh no! Ah! Scared me to death. Oh my God!
That's Did you get video?
Fortunately, the buffalo didn't actually attack the boat. This video serves as a stark reminder not to underestimate the strength of wild animals and emphasizes the importance of avoiding actions that might agitate them in the first place. Heading out on a forest trail can be a fun and calming adventure, but if you have an encounter like this, it surely turns into an event that you can never forget. This video comes from California, and in it, we see a car driving on a forest trail. There are 2 passengers in the car. One is the driver, and the other is his friend who is recording the video. As they move along the trail, they spot something big and humanoid in the distance.
Whoa! What was that?
Seeing it, the driver speeds up the car, and as they get close to it, they see this figure. Then they stop the car to follow, but the figure emits a really disturbing roar, which seems like it is warning them not to follow.
What the world?
Hearing this, the driver decides to let this thing go because venturing might be dangerous now.
I am not going in there.
And that's where the video ends. Seeing this creature's appearance, like its size, humanoid figure, it looks like what we call a Bigfoot. Do you think the same? The struggle for survival in the wild can be incredibly intense, as demonstrated by this harrowing encounter between an elephant and a pride of lions in Africa.
No, don't come out.
Don't come
No,
out.
no, 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 no.
No, that was a bad move.
In the video, we witness a 14 versus 1 confrontation with the outnumbered elephant under relentless attack from the lions. Despite the overwhelming odds, the elephant displays remarkable resilience and courage, fighting back against the ferocious predators. With one lion clinging to its back and others launching successive attacks, the elephant makes a strategic decision to retreat toward the water, hoping to find safety. The lions pursue, unwilling to let their prey escape so easily. The battle rages on as the elephant valiantly defends itself in the face of overwhelming aggression. Despite the lion's relentless pursuit, the elephant's formidable strength and determination ultimately prevail, driving the predators away and securing its survival. The resilience and tenacity of the elephant in the face of such adversity are truly awe-inspiring, showcasing the remarkable strength and spirit of these magnificent creatures. Chickens may not be the first animals that come to mind when you think of hypnosis, but this next video presents a curious farmyard phenomenon.
Hypnotize a rooster. Ready? So you hold him like this. Watch Tooster's body. Watch this. Watch his body. Oh my gosh. Watch.
Yeah, you saw that. This rooster just got hypnotized. And trust me, it's a sight to behold. This video was captured at a chicken farm, where the farm owner's neighbor waltzed in with some serious hypnotism skills up his sleeve. They picked out a brave rooster, laid its head on the ground, and drew a line in the dirt right in front of its face. And just like that, the rooster went limp, as if its body was under some kind of magical spell. Now, here's where it gets even crazier. When the owner removed the line, the rooster snapped back to reality and attacked his hand in a hilarious twist of events. Talk about a feathered frenzy. Sure, it may sound like something out of a cartoon, but this hypnotism technique is legit and gaining popularity on the internet. Just remember, folks, while it may be tempting to try it out on your neighbor's rooster, let's leave the hypnosis to the pros. After all, we wouldn't want a chicken uprising on our hands. Now would we? Recorded in 2007, this clip was uploaded by 2 mountaineers who were left wondering about what they had just captured on camera. They had been wandering through the snow when something strange occurred. They spotted a living, moving creature in the middle of nowhere, in a place where the 2 humans present were barely breathing due to the high altitude in the mountains of Nepal. This creature was navigating the snow as if it was no big deal. It looked like another human being. However, you quickly spot the distinct features, like being covered entirely in fur and being a lot more massive. Towering above the altitude, it couldn't possibly be a local. The creature was massive and completely covered in thick black fur, which confused the climbers. If it wasn't human, the only logical explanation they could think of was that it might be a yeti. Even to this day, people have proposed various theories about the creature, but not a single one has been proven, leaving the mystery unsolved. Could these mysterious creatures inhabit the mountains of Nepal? I am very keen on believing that these creatures exist somewhere in the world, and they are relatives of the known Bigfoot, more accustomed to these snowy landscapes. Imagine deciding to cross a lake, not considering the worst-case scenario. Unbeknownst to you, the worst-case scenario may be lurking still in the water, waiting for one wrong move. This is precisely what could have happened to a man if he hadn't been wearing polarized glasses. Before stepping into the water, he decided to put them on, and what he saw sent shivers down his spine. A giant alligator was peacefully floating under the water, waiting for prey to approach. Just look at the terrifying difference with or without polarized glasses. Without them, you'd have no chance to know that something deadly is waiting there. My advice to you all is to always take a pair of polarized glasses with you if you head out somewhere you know crocs or alligators are present. I have to warn anyone who enjoys playing with a strong laser pointers outside. This can get you into trouble, especially if you point it up in the sky at some passing aircraft. Take a look at this video of this incredibly smart guy who decided to point his strong laser at a passing aircraft, and not just a random aircraft, a military plane. I can't say for sure whether this is the camera from an AC-130 or other aircraft, but this is for sure the military, as we can understand from the audio.
Sac, Air 21.
Air 21, go ahead.
Yeah, two things. UTL on the gun, and right now we're getting hit pretty good with a green laser.
11290 Charles, around to CJ. Air 21, copy UTL on the gun.
Just look at how persistent this guy is in being annoying. The funny thing is that this guy gets what he deserves, as the aircraft notices authorities about this incident, and we can immediately see the consequences. Police cars quickly arrive at his house and arrest him. So remember folks, don't mess outside with strong light, especially if you point them to the sky.
Right on, you guys are awesome. Thank you.
433, go ahead.
It's not always that you get to see the scariest sides of nature when you are near the woods, especially at night. Sometimes nature makes sure you witness the raw beauty and the most intense moments as well. For instance, take this guy who was driving through the woods late at night and saw something unusual, a few bears appearing right in front of him. A terrifying sight we can all agree we would want to avoid. It wasn't until he was close to them that he realized he was witnessing a mother bear doing its best to keep the cubs happy. When the cub got too tired to walk, the mama bear had it cling to its back while the family walked towards their home. I have to say that, even if dangerous, I would have loved to see that myself. It looks heartwarming. The clip itself is raw, natural, and shows the most caring part of Mother Nature that we rarely get to see these days. Unlike the last clip, this shows the creepy side of nature, which is just as rare as the most raw and vulnerable side. Shadows and secrets lurk everywhere, but sometimes they come out of hiding and make sudden appearances in front of humans, as if warning them and alerting them to their existence. Something like that happened in this clip, where a man ended up recording something so weird that he could not believe his own eyes. To see what others think, he uploaded it on the internet. But other people remain just as confused as him. The creature in the clip looked scary, and there is no doubt in that. But it was so unusual that no one could even make out his face. I am not sure how and where this was recorded, given the quality is bad, but the creature looks like a deformed human. Is this the infamous rake, or something completely different? I can't tell, but do let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you ever think that you are only in danger while wandering in the woods and completely safe when you are near your home where hundreds of other humans remain living nearby, then you are wrong. This clip will show you exactly why. This man was casually walking around his neighborhood, checking his phone and perhaps thinking, what could even go wrong here? But the wild bear nearby knew exactly what it was going to do. The man spotted what was coming and somehow had the courage in him to stay put instead of running. We can immediately spot the bear running a bit in circle and then going straight for the man. Thankfully, however, this time the man's luck was working, and the bear had to let go of him after struggling to get a better grip for some time. Car in the back helped a lot as well, as the bear got scared when the strong headlights hit it. Fortunately, this guy's luck was working that day, or it could have ended in the worst possible ways. Recorded a couple of years ago, this video went viral as it hit the internet. The family was enjoying some time together by the lake when they saw something scary, captured on the camera. It was clear that what they saw was nothing other than a Bigfoot. However, since they could not come to a conclusion by themselves, they uploaded it just so they could see what others think about it. And not to their surprise, every single person pointed in only one direction. The creature was massive. It had a posture and walked like humans, but it was not a human, unless of course someone was pulling a prank. But if we take the possibility of it being real, the whole scenario turns into a dark one, as this family might have been in danger. But I do have to put up a question. Why are they avoiding humans? Is there more to the story, or are we missing some information? They say pets can see and save you from the things you normally are not able to see. I used to think of it as a joke until I saw this clip. This girl was peacefully sitting in her room, scrolling on Instagram like we all do, when she noticed her dog acting weird. The dog had its eyes fixated on one point. However, when the girl moved the camera towards the direction the dog was looking at, there was nothing to see. The staring thing could have been tolerated, but then the dog started growling in a creepy way, all the time looking at the same point. For minutes straight, the dog was just staring there, as if trying to warn someone to stay away. What was it that the dog was seeing? Was it really a ghost or something else? To me personally, it does look like the dog was seeing some paranormal entity. I would trust him and get out of there for now. The ocean has never been explored completely. More than half of it remains unexplored till today. And that is the main reason it is way scarier and more unpredictable than any of us can imagine. Take this clip for instance. These guys were having fun on the beach. Everything was normal until one of them noticed something weird between the waves. Not overcoming the curiosity, the men had to go and see exactly what it was that they were seeing. To their surprise, it was not a sea monster or a shark, but a huge lobster. Not a normal size, but so massive that it took 4 of them to carry it out of the waves. The lobster looked very real except for the fact that it was not moving at all. And this is the point where we can think that it could be fake. Maybe someone put a huge statue of a lobster there to freak others out. If this was the case, then that person did succeed in their intentions. I hope it is just a prop, because otherwise this means that such insanely large creatures might roam the seas. Fishing can be nice and peaceful until your luck stops working and you get dragged into trouble you never even imagined. This is exactly what happened to this guy who was enjoying his fishing spree when he realized he caught something. Excited about it, he started reeling it back when it hit him. It was not just a catch, but a big and heavy one. The more he reeled it back, the more excited he got. However, it wasn't until the catch was right on the surface of the water that he knew he had messed it all up.
Oh!
Look at that little rod now, boy!
Smack me in the face!
It wasn't a fish that he caught, but the whole gator. Thankfully, all the beast wanted was to get rid of the hook and not the humans. I am glad they got that on video. I don't think you'd want to take a picture pose with that catch.
Let's see what this boy looks like. We're about to see him.
Have you ever seen a predator become the prey? This video, filmed at a beach, captures a thrilling encounter between 3 unlikely players. The clip starts with a sneaky alligator gliding through the water, aiming to catch a crane for lunch. But unbeknownst to the gator, a much larger predator lurks beneath the surface, which was a massive shark. The shark circles silently, waiting for its moment. The alligator, completely focused on its own hunt, remains oblivious to the danger below. Suddenly, the shark strikes. It lunges at the unsuspecting alligator, startling it and sending it swimming away in a frenzy. This incredible scene showcases a rare face-off between 2 apex predators. While fascinating, it's also a reminder of the power and unpredictability of nature. Imagine swimming in the water and accidentally coming across this intense encounter. it would certainly be a terrifying experience. I recently found a curious video on Reddit that's both unbelievable and oddly convincing. It comes from South Korea and shows a strange occurrence. The video starts with the camera pointed through a broken piece of glass, revealing an object in the sky. When the person filming removes the glass from in front of the camera's lens, the object disappears. They put the glass back, and the object reappears in the same spot. The video poster claims it's an unknown flying object, and considering the footage, it's easy to see why. But it's strange that the object is only visible through the broken glass. It could be a camera glitch or even light distortion. However, on the wilder side of possibilities, one might speculate that this object was an alien spacecraft, and they are using advanced technology to cloak themselves, and this individual accidentally discovered it with a simple broken piece of glass. This is, of course, highly unlikely, but it's the kind of speculation that makes the video so intriguing. Have you ever seen those slimy, strange creatures from movies? Well, this beach video shows something similar, but supposedly real. The video captures a bizarre encounter between a black, gooey creature and a crab. The creature, resembling a slug but with a less solid form, tries to grab onto the crab. The crab struggles to resist, but within seconds, the gooey monster engulfs it completely, seemingly consuming it whole. This creature is unlike anything we've ever seen on land. While regular slugs are slimy, this one appears entirely gooey and jelly-like. The way it wraps itself around the crab and vanishes it is truly bizarre and unsettling. While the video sparks wild theories of aliens from outer space, a more logical explanation could be that this creature comes from the unexplored depths of the ocean. But hey, isn't anything unknown technically alien to us? A tourist family visiting Wayun National Forest had an encounter they'll never forget. They believe they may have captured footage of the legendary Sasquatch on video, which they uploaded to YouTube. The video shows the family enjoying the view near a waterfall. As they film the scenery, something catches the camera in the distance, walking among the trees. Upon rewinding and slowing down the footage, a figure emerges that closely resembles descriptions of Sasquatch. The tall, humanoid figure has a furry body and a slightly hunched back, matching the classic image of the creature. The tourists who filmed the video say they were completely unaware of their encounter until they reviewed the footage back home. This adds an extra layer of spookiness, knowing the creature was seemingly close by without them realizing it. Have you ever seen something so strange it boggles your mind? This beach video features just such a creature. At first glance, it's impossible to tell what it is. Its body is covered in numerous openings, each independently moving with spiky, tongue-like protrusion. The creature's texture is also bizarre, hard, and rough like a rock. The more you look, the stranger it gets. Some viewers believe it's an alien, while others think it's a deep sea worm straight out of a nightmare. Regardless of its origin, its movement is undeniably unsettling and even disgusting. To me, it's hard not to wonder what would happen if you touched one of those bizarre openings. This heartwarming video shows how Florida deputies bravely rescued a 5-year-old girl with autism who had wandered into the woods. One Monday morning, the girl left her home in Florida and ended up in a wooded area. Her family quickly alerted authorities, and the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office sent a helicopter to help with the search. The helicopter used a special camera that can see heat, even in the dark, to find the girl in the dense woods. This technology helped them pinpoint her exact location.
Hey, I think I got her in the woods.
Allowing officers to reach her on foot and bring her to safety. Thankfully, the girl was unharmed and reunited with her family. This story highlights the amazing work of law enforcement and the importance of technology in keeping our communities safe. While thermal cameras are known for saving lives, they can sometimes capture strange things, like the footage from these Canadian woods. The video shows a normal thermal image of the dense woods, everything appearing cold. Suddenly, a heat signature appears on the camera, a clear humanoid figure standing in the distance. The strange part, the figure seems to be peeking from behind a tree, looking directly at the camera. It stands there for a while before slowly walking away. The figure's outline resembles a human, but its slow gait and blank stare towards the camera raise questions. What was this creature doing in the forest, lurking in the shadows? The video leaves us with an unsettling mystery. A couple on a fishing trip captured a wild moment on camera, but it's a reminder to be careful when trying unusual techniques. The video shows the girlfriend holding a hot dog as bait, a unique approach to catching fish. As she lowers it into the water, a large fish unexpectedly leaps out and gulps down the hot dog whole. Unfortunately, in its haste, the fish also bites the girl's hand. Startled, the girl lets out a surprised yelp, momentarily feeling like her hand is trapped inside the fish's mouth. Thankfully, the fish quickly lets go and swims away, leaving the girl unharmed but shaken. While this story has a happy ending, it's important to remember that using unconventional fishing methods can be risky. It's always best to stick to safe and recommended practices when enjoying the outdoors. Ever dreamed of catching a glimpse into a fantastical world? This trail camera footage might spark your imagination and leave you questioning the line between reality and fairy tales. Deep within the forest, a trail camera captures a scene that seems straight out of a storybook. Tiny, otherworldly insects flit through the air, leaving behind a shimmering trail that resembles the sparkling dust often associated with fairies. The sight is truly captivating, transporting viewers to a realm of wonder and enchantment. While the logical explanation points towards these being fireflies, and the trails being an effect of the camera or its settings, the video undeniably evokes a sense of magic and mystery. It leaves us pondering the wonders of nature and the possibility that there might be more to the world than meets the eye. Perhaps this footage simply captures the beauty of nature in a way that sparks our imagination, reminding us of the childlike wonder we once held for the world around us. A video from a Florida zoo has gone viral, showing a crocodile encounter that went awry during a demonstration. The video features a large crocodile lying calmly on the ground while a trainer attempts a dangerous trick. The trainer sits on the crocodile's back holding a stick and addresses the audience, likely claiming control over the animal. Suddenly, the situation takes a dramatic turn. Another crocodile, previously unnoticed near the first, lunges towards the trainer. The trainer manages to stand up and avoid the immediate attack. However, in a shocking twist, the larger crocodile the trainer was sitting on also reacts aggressively. Thankfully, the bite appears to be non-critical, and the crocodile retreats. The incident understandably leaves the audience shaken and serves as a stark reminder of the inherent dangers of interacting with wild animals, even for experienced professionals. While this video may seem like something out of a horror movie, it claims to be a real-life encounter caught on camera. In the clip, the homeowner, who is behind the camera, explains that his neighbor heard strange noises coming from his house while he was away shopping. The video shows the homeowner approaching his house, filming the windows as he explains the situation. Suddenly, the lights inside the house start flickering on and off, adding to the eerie atmosphere. Then, through the window, a chilling sight, a shadowy figure appears briefly within the house before vanishing. Startled, the homeowner yells and runs towards a storage room inside the house. As he scans the room with his camera, he spots a strange movement behind a broken wall panel. Fear taking hold, the homeowner runs to the garage. There he hears banging noises coming from the attic, but finds nothing when he investigates. While the homeowner deserves credit for his bravery in facing this unsettling situation, if I was in the place of the homeowner, I would have just dialed 911. Imagine venturing into the woods for a quiet night walk and stumbling upon this. A man has captured a spine-tingling experience on camera during his nighttime exploration of a dense forest. As he walks deeper into the woods, he comes across an abandoned, ruined car. But the car itself isn't the only thing unsettling. A strange feeling of dread washes over him, prompting him to pan his camera around to find the source. To his utter shock, he sees a figure standing eerily in the distance. Behind the car, the figure appears vaguely human-shaped, but completely black. Overcome by fear, the man takes off running, and the video abruptly ends. This encounter must have been truly frightening. The sight of such a creature is unsettling, as our mind couldn't even make sense of these creatures and what they want. This video, captured on a Ring doorbell camera, will shake your heart to its core. It shows a kid named Taylor, clearly scared and in tears, ringing her neighbor's doorbell. Through the doorbell speaker, the homeowner, who isn't home at the moment, reassures Taylor that they're on their way and tells her to stay put near the front door. We hear Taylor explain, in a voice trembling with fear, that she's being chased by a bobcat.
I'm on my way home right now. I'll be out soon, okay?
No, please come open the door. There's a bobcat. I want to come in. Please.
The kind neighbor patiently calms Taylor down, who also mentions her mom is not at home. Thankfully, the neighbor arrives shortly after. While the situation is scary, witnessing a young girl face such fear is truly heartbreaking. It's a reminder of the importance of looking out for one another, especially our younger neighbors. Thankfully, the quick thinking of the neighbor and the convenience of video doorbells helped ease this frightening situation. This video from a barn captures a surprising barnyard brawl. It starts with a mischievous fox chasing 3 chickens. The chickens are zipping around the frame, trying to outrun the fox, who's determined to catch them. Suddenly, a brave little dog jumps into the scene on another camera angle. The dog, acting as the chicken's protector, chases the fox away. The fox, surprised by the unexpected furry defender, leaps into the air and scurries back. The dog gives the fox a small chase, then returns to the chickens, who seem very grateful for their feathered friend's defender. This whole scene is like something out of a cartoon. Feathers flying, fox hopping, and a brave little dog saving the day. It definitely makes you want to consider getting a furry friend for yourself, doesn't it? This terrifying video from Sweden shows a family caught in a brutal hailstorm inside their property. Seeking shelter under a shed, they huddle together as massive hailstones, the size of tennis balls, pound relentlessly on the roof. The loud thumps and crashes create a scene of pure terror. The family, understandably scared, stays huddled together, unable to even consider running to safety because of the hailstone's size and potential danger. The video captures the raw fear and helplessness of the family as the hailstorm rages on. To emphasize their point, they even share a photo comparing the hailstones to a golf ball, showcasing the enormous size of the ice chunks. Thankfully, the family emerges unharmed. However, the hailstorm undoubtedly caused significant damage, likely destroying cars and causing property damage in the area. This video from a wildlife photographer captures a scene of ultimate relaxation. An owl perched on a tree, seemingly unfazed by the world around it. The owl exudes an air of tranquility, as if it has transcended all life's worries and stresses. While the owl appears completely at peace, a few curious hummingbirds decide to liven things up by poking its head. But even these playful jabs fail to ruffle the owl's feathers. It remains calm and composed, simply observing its surroundings with an unbothered gaze. Some viewers believe the owl's calmness stems from its limited daytime vision. However, this isn't entirely true. While owl vision is indeed weaker during the day, they can still clearly see objects close to them. Therefore, it's more likely that the owl simply chose to remain unfazed by the hummingbird's antics. Perhaps it was enjoying the peace and quiet of the moment and didn't want to waste energy on getting annoyed. I have a strong dislike for dolls, especially the old ones, and this video perfectly illustrates why. The footage is from an unknown person who seems to be inside a dimly lit house. There is also an eerie laughter echoing in the background. And there is a mysterious figure standing in the distance. The cameraman, feeling a bit uneasy, bravely decides to investigate the source of the laughter and cautiously approaches the figure. As he gets closer, it turns out that the mysterious figure was just a doll. However, the laughter persists, and upon closer inspection, two hands become visible behind the doll. Startled, the cameraman quickly checks behind the doll, only to find no one there. Ready to leave, he notices something even more chilling. The doll's pupils move on their own. Frightened, the cameraman makes a swift escape. This video is pretty chilling, and it is reinforcing my fear of dolls being potential hosts for spirits and ghosts. This video has some viewers on edge. It features two friends who were home alone when they heard an unsettling hissing sound coming from their kitchen window. Curious and a little spooked, they peeked through the window and got a real shock.
Your window. He's coming in the house.
They saw a strange creature, seemingly a mix of dog and human features, peering back at them. One of the friends, understandably terrified, screamed and ran. The video ends abruptly after that. Upon slowing down and pausing the footage, some viewers claim the creature resembles the legendary Michigan Dogman. This creature is said to be a tall, bipedal creature with dog-like features and glowing eyes. Whether it was the Michigan Dogman or something else entirely, the video certainly captures a scary and bizarre encounter. It's important to remember that such encounters are extremely rare and often lack concrete evidence. It's also important to be cautious when encountering unfamiliar situations. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, the safest course of action is to leave the area immediately and seek help from the authorities. Bigfoot believers, assemble. This next clip is straight from a trail camera deep in the heart of a forest, and let me tell you, it's gonna tingle your beliefs. The footage you just watched was captured by a trail camera originally set up to monitor the fox population in the area. However, it unexpectedly recorded a large, hairy figure passing in front of it. The proximity of the figure to the camera only allows for the middle part of its body to be visible. Even from this limited perspective, it's evident that the creature possesses a tall humanoid stature, as inferred from its walking pattern, and the heavy footsteps it produces, which means it can't be a bear. With its thick body hair and humanoid gait, this entity strongly resembles the legendary Bigfoot. While we can't say for certain it's 100% Bigfoot without seeing the whole thing. But one thing's for sure, this ain't your average woodland critter. What do you think, Bigfoot or something else? Have you ever gotten that creepy feeling at night? You know, that prickle on the back of your neck, like unseen eyes are burning into your every move? We all brush it off sometimes. But what if there really was something out there?
In the bush. Look at that.
This chilling video from Florida was captured by a guy who just couldn't shake that feeling. As he was passing a bush, he heard some noise coming from within. He shone his flashlight into the bushes, convinced something was stalking him. To his surprise, a pair of eyes glinted right back. Intrigued, and maybe a little foolish, our cameraman walks right towards them. Now, here's where things get seriously weird. As he gets closer, another set of eyes appears way up high, way above the first. By the time he reaches the original eyes, it turns out to be just a wildcat, ready to pounce. Definitely a threat, but not exactly the monster we were expecting. The real mystery here, those other eyes. Their height suggests something much bigger, something truly formidable lurking in the shadows. This footage is just giving me goosebumps. Imagine throwing open your curtains on a bright morning, expecting a view of clear blue skies, but instead, you're greeted by this. This head-scratching video, captured by an apartment dweller in Denver, showcases a truly strange phenomenon. A giant black smoke ring hangs ominously in the sky. With no apparent source in sight, it adds a layer of mystery to the already curious event. Apparently, dozens of Denver residents weren't the only ones witnessing this oddity. Similar sightings have been reported from countries as far-flung as Russia and Pakistan. The ring itself resembles a puff of smoke blown into the air, slowly morphing as it floats. News outlets also scrambled to explain the spectacle, with theories ranging from extraterrestrial visitors to malfunctioning transformers, even a flock of coordinated insects. Whatever the true explanation, one thing's for sure, most of us wouldn't exactly relish being directly under that mysterious smoke ring. This next video is the kind that makes me question reality, because if it's true, I'll be haunted by lakes forever. In this footage, we see a serene lake captured from a distance. Everything seems calm until you spot something emerging from the water's surface. It resembles a head, swimming with only its top visible. As the cameraman observes, a boat passes by, seemingly unfazed by the presence of this mysterious entity. The cameraman is also left confused, unsure whether it's just a piece of floating debris or an actual creature. Despite its movement, some viewers speculate it could be the legendary Loch Ness Monster. Personally, I lean towards it being driftwood, given its consistent speed and lack of additional movement. But even with my skepticism, there's a lingering fear that if this video is even 1% real, I'll be avoiding lakes for the rest of my days. This next video from a YouTube channel that delves into a strange mystery that has left scientists and researchers scratching their heads for over 15 years. Back then, in Chile's Atacama Desert, a mummified skeleton was unearthed, and let me tell you, it's unlike anything you've ever seen. Some people even suggest it might be, well, alien. This little skeleton stands only 6 inches tall, but its appearance is downright strange. Despite its petite size, the bones tell us it belonged to a child, aged between 6 to 8 years. The lower body resembles that of a human, complete with legs, arms, and a rib cage. But things start to get odd as you move up. Its collarbone is shaped like a U, and its neck is unusually long compared to the rest of its body. And then there's the head, elongated from the forehead with slanted eye sockets. This mysterious creature even made appearances on television shows and documentaries. So, was it truly an alien? We're still scratching our heads over that one. Scientists have thrown around a bunch of theories. Some suggest it might be a mutated baby with elongated bones, but honestly, those are just theories for now. I usually hop on TikTok to see adorable animals and fun dances, but every now and then, a video like this pops up and shakes me up. The video came from a TikTok account and showed a really strange encounter. In it, we see a car being followed by a mysterious figure late at night on a deserted road. This figure looked somewhat human, but its appearance was bizarre and unsettling. The driver, understandably alarmed, cautiously backed away from the figure, but it continued to follow them with an eerie, unnatural walk. Honestly, the whole thing gives me the creeps. Imagine being in that situation, with some unknown person. Or who knows, maybe something else, heading your way in the dead of night. You're left wondering, what's their deal? Why are they out there at that hour? And what were they planning to do? There are folks who believe in aliens, and then there are those who don't. But if you're in the latter group, this video might just make you rethink things. Straight out of Mexico, this clip looks like it's been plucked from a sci-fi flick. It was captured by a driver going back home from his night shift. In his capture, there's this strange beam descending from the sky, and at its source, there's this eerie glow. Whatever's emitting that light seems pretty massive, judging by the glow's size. Now, this beam isn't just hanging in mid-air. It's targeting a spot in the distance. It's like something out of those movies where beams snatch up humans and critters. And sure, you might think, this could be computer-generated imagery. But honestly, the way that beam and glow blend seamlessly with the surroundings, it's pretty convincing. So, if this isn't some hoax, maybe we should start getting ready for those alien abductors making their move. Ready to witness creatures straight out of my wildest fever dream?
What could it be?
This clip unfolds on a beach, where a family stumbled upon a truly bizarre and massive creature during their trip. It's unlike anything you've ever seen, a gooey mass with an orange hue, adorned with flame like patterns. But that's not the end of it. Something seems to be trying to emerge from within the creature, forming bubbles that resemble a mouth as if it's breathing. As you move closer to the center of the mass, it appears white with a rougher, orange texture towards the outer edges. Plus, it's got tentacle-like appendages both around and within its body, some of which are transparent. This whole situation is just plain strange. Maybe it's a creature from the mysterious depths of the ocean that got washed up on the shore, or perhaps it's some kind of alien entity. But whatever it is, the way that kid took a picture sitting so close to it is seriously scary and dangerous. You never know what this creature could be capable of. Living in California, it's not just thieves and burglars you need to worry about locking your car doors against. The clip you just watched isn't from a cartoon. It's real footage captured by a DoorDash camera. The bear cautiously looks around to ensure no one's watching. Then it starts tugging at the car door handle with its mouth and paws. However, since the car was locked, the bear couldn't get in. Undeterred, it moves on to a nearby truck parked there. Unfortunately for the owner and lucky for the bear, the truck door was left unlocked, making it easy for the bear to open it. Always lock your car doors, even if you're parked in your own driveway. Bears, often in search of food, will explore wherever they can, and that's why the bear in the video decided to venture into the cars. This video shows you what happens when you goof off and don't pay attention.
Get him, get him, get him, get him!
Something emerges from the water and clamps onto his hand. It's a shark, and its bite is so forceful that it drags the man into the water. The other friends immediately react, shouting and scrambling to rescue their friend from the shark's grip.
Get him, get him, get him, get him!
With quick teamwork, they managed to pull him back onto the boat. Luckily, the situation ended without serious injuries, but the danger was very real. The shark mistook the man's hand for prey and attacked without warning. This serves as a chilling reminder of the importance of exercising caution and avoiding risky behavior, especially in unfamiliar waters. If you thought the person in the last video was making questionable decisions, just wait until you see what's in this one.
On the way up. On the way up. Oh!
Yes, you saw it right. The man in this video was quite literally asking for trouble by tempting a crocodile. Filmed by tourists at a zoo, the footage shows a man, probably a tamer, playfully interacting with a crocodile. He even dares to touch the crocodile's wide open mouth, and surprisingly, the crocodile remains calm, allowing the man to continue his risky behavior. But things take a dangerous turn when the man pushes his luck too far while inserting his hand into the crocodile's mouth. Predictably, the crocodile snaps shut, narrowly missing the man's hand. Despite this close call, the man doesn't seem to learn his lesson. He repeats the reckless act, this time with unfortunate consequences as the crocodile manages to land a bite. The cameraman witnessing this alarming scene quickly turns away the camera, clearly disturbed by what they've seen. This is precisely why I emphasize time and time again that playing with wild animals is incredibly risky. You never know when they might react unpredictably, as they're called wild for a reason. Have you ever had that chilling thought of something lurking in the toilet while you're seated? We've all entertained that fear at some point. But what if I told you there's a video that brings that nightmare to life? The snake there is sizable, and certainly not something you'd want to encounter while answering nature's call. The family swiftly contacts a snake-catching rescue team, who can be seen in the video attempting to apprehend the intruding serpent. With the help of snake hooks, the rescue team carefully maneuvers the snake out of the toilet hole. As it slithers out, they swiftly capture it and transport it outside. The size of the snake becomes apparent as it's pulled from the toilet hole. It's quite a sight. Surprisingly, both the rescue team and the homeowner, who's recording the incident, remain remarkably calm, even sharing a laugh. This nonchalant attitude might seem strange, but in Thailand, encounters with snakes are quite common. After watching this video, I'm sure many of us will think twice before taking a seat on the toilet. This next clip shows how quick thinking and staying alert can be the difference between life and death. The scene you just witnessed took place during the 2020 Beirut explosion. Before the blast, a massive fire broke out at a nearby fireworks factory, which this family witnessed from the rooftop of their nearby home. Sensing danger as they watched the fire intensify, the family made a split-second decision to seek shelter inside their house. Their instincts proved crucial as moments after they entered, the explosion rocked the area. The force of the blast was immense, causing everything in its path to erupt like balloons. Walls crumbled and plastic tanks exploded under the sheer pressure. The family narrowly escaped tragedy by acting swiftly and trusting their instincts. Had they been even slightly delayed, they could have been caught in the devastating shockwave. My friends always ask me why I'm not a fan of surfing, and I show them this clip from the World Surf League. Captured by App News, this video shows a surfer engaged in a one-on-one battle with a mighty shark. The surfer, thrown into a panic, uses his surfboard to fend off the shark. After a struggle, he manages to swim away to safety. In a post-interview with App News, The surfer explains that while waiting for a wave, he felt something pulling him underwater. He then felt the presence of the shark behind him and instinctively punched it, causing the shark to retreat momentarily. This gave him the opportunity to escape, and he was later rescued by lifeguards. It's a chilling sight, and one can only imagine the fear the surfer experienced during the encounter. This adds yet another reason to my list of why I'll stick to dry land and avoid surfing. Remember when you were a kid and mistakenly grabbed someone else's hand at the mall, thinking it was your mom? Well, this video captures a similar adorable mix-up. But with a koala in this adorable video captured by a dog owner. A baby koala latches onto his dog, mistaking it for its mother. At first, the scene is undeniably cute, with the dog seemingly unfazed by the koala's clinginess. However, as the koala climbs on top of the dog starts to feel a bit annoyed. But the determined little marsupial firmly believes the dog is its mother. The interaction continues with the dog attempting to free itself, while the koala holds on tightly. Perhaps the koala finally realized that the dog wasn't its mother, just like how we after some time realizes our mistake at the mall. You might have good luck in life, but you can't get luckier than this. Pretty lucky, right? In this incredible footage captured by a couple of divers during their expedition in the Pacific Ocean, as one diver was filming, a massive shark suddenly appeared from the background and zoomed past the diver, coming dangerously close to taking a bite out of their head. It was a heart-stopping moment, as the shark even opened its mouth, ready to strike. However, the lucky diver showed some quick reflexes and managed to lower their head just in time, narrowly avoiding the shark's attack. I don't believe the shark had any intention of attacking the diver. They probably just got in the shark's way while swimming. Nonetheless, it was an incredibly intense and scary encounter, seeing such a huge shark appear out of nowhere. A group of friends set out on a drive to test the new forward-looking infrared night vision system on their ultimate tow rig, but what they captured on camera was far from what they expected. As they cruised down a desolate road at night for the test, they encountered a bizarre sight: a hairy humanoid creature crossing their path. Multiple cameras mounted on the truck recorded the mysterious being, revealing its tall, humanoid appearance and unique walk that didn't resemble any known animal. The creature, brown in color, stood out against the darkness of the night. According to the friends, this creature resembled the legendary Bigfoot, with sightings reported in other parts of Grizzled Gloosh in recent times. So what do you think? Was it truly Bigfoot, or perhaps just someone pulling a prank on the friends? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. This video comes from Aiguille du Midi and captures a heart-stopping moment during a mountain climb. In the footage recorded on a climber's GoPro camera, we see a group of professional climbers embarking on a climb up the Aiguille du Midi mountain. They appear well equipped with climbing gear and seem experienced. As one of the hikers reaches the cameraman, he pauses to relay something to the camera before taking his next step. Suddenly, he slips and begins sliding down the icy track. It's a breathtaking moment, as even a split-second delay, or a failure to secure a grip, could have led to a disastrous fall down the mountain. The narrow and treacherous path they're navigating down looks incredibly daunting. After witnessing such a close call, it's understandable why some might opt to steer clear of hiking adventures. Remember that horrifying creature we saw a few clips ago? Well, it seems the nightmare isn't over. This footage seems to come from the same area, and while the creature is different, it's no less terrifying. The same nighttime woods, nearby houses with lights. Something stirs on the ground, then rises, its decaying form facing the camera. What are these creatures? The way it moves evokes the image of a corpse coming to life, or a mummy risen from its tomb. If this is a hoax, it's in incredibly poor taste. This kind of thing is no joke. Imagine an actual emergency being ignored because of stunts like this. But what if it's not a hoax? What if this is something truly unnatural? The thought of this being some unstoppable undead force is horrifying. And what if this isn't isolated? What if this is just the beginning? The mind reels at the possibilities. For our sake, I hope with all my heart this is a cruel prank, and whoever's responsible faces justice for this terror. Let's shift our focus from the nightmarish to the sobering, yet equally mysterious. This unsettling footage comes from Morocco. What on earth is causing this? Those aren't clouds. They're vast blankets of foam, stretching as far as the eye can see. There's likely a scientific explanation, and if anyone knows, please share in the comment. However, this sight is a stark reminder of the impact we humans have on our world. Our ancestors lived in harmony with nature. We've become dangerously out of balance. Progress is important, but responsibility is crucial. We might not see the consequences of our actions in our daily lives, but this planet is all we have in the vastness of space. It deserves our respect and protection. I hope we haven't pushed things to a breaking point. Let's all do our part to heal and preserve this beautiful world we call home. The world refuses to stop being weird. We've heard of crop circles, but check this out. A fish circle in the open ocean.
These are all fish jumping in a big circle all the way around.
See that massive circular pattern forming in the water. The videographer claims it's caused by some type of fish swimming in a coordinated circle. While we can't see individual creatures, the sheer size of it is mind-boggling. No single fish we know of could move fast enough to form something like this on its own. The woman filming also mentions a lot of jumping fish, adding another strange layer to the scene. Whatever's happening, it's incredibly odd. Is this some unknown natural phenomenon, or could there be something more manipulative at play? I'm half tempted to ask if someone's testing out fishy mind control technology. If anyone can shed light on this bizarre event, please share your knowledge in the comments. After all this weirdness and horror, let's witness something heartwarming. If you think parenting is easy, talk to your own parents first. Then check out this mama bear.
One that doesn't follow directions.
That's the silence of the group.
This mama bear and her 4 cubs are trying to cross a busy road. Luckily, some kind drivers stop to let them pass. But the cubs, they're not making it easy, while mama tries to carry one across. The others seem determined to create chaos. She makes it halfway, then has to backtrack to make sure they're not causing trouble. Sometimes she almost reaches the other side, only to turn back for another head count. This repeats several times, to the amusement of the couple filming the scene. Finally, one cub makes it across safely, another following close behind. Mama returns for the remaining 2, and the whole chaotic process starts again. One pesky cub seems particularly fascinated by a pole and keeps trying to climb it. Eventually, after a whole lot of coaxing and redirection, all the cubs are on the other side. You can almost hear the mama bear sigh with relief. The woman filming can't contain her laughter, saying she's never related so deeply with a bear before. Forget the cute and cuddly. witness a battle of wills in this hilarious showdown. In the animal kingdom, appearances can be deceiving. Take a look at this face-off between a feisty fox and a nonchalant feline. This little fox is putting on a show, howling and puffing up its chest, trying to intimidate the cat. But the cat, unfazed, zero reaction. It's the picture of cool, calmly observing the entire display. It's almost like the cat saying, "Is that all you got? Seriously?" Then, with a flick of the neck, the cat barely acknowledges the fox's presence. And that's all it takes. The fox, its bravado evaporating, scurries away in defeat. Talk about a power move. Cats are naturally cool creatures, but this one takes the cake. This feline masterclass in composure is a reminder that sometimes the most effective defense is a good offense of nonchalance. We've seen battles of wills. Now let's witness a clash of titans. Buckle up for this incredible night safari footage. An elephant and a rhino facing off in an epic showdown. These two behemoths are locked in a tense stalemate. Neither budges an inch. The rhino charges forward aggressively, but hesitates at the last moment. Sensing an opening, the elephant pushes forward, trying to assert dominance. The rhino, unwilling to back down entirely, slowly retreats. But this isn't over. In a flash, the rhino charges again, horns clashing with the elephant's tusks. It's a battle of pure strength. The elephant, with its massive size, overpowers the rhino, sending it tumbling to the ground. Talk about a brutal display of power. This footage is a once-in-a-lifetime encounter, reminding us of the raw strength these magnificent creatures possess. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. From Titans to turf wars. This next video takes us to a strange showdown. Get ready for a surprising turn of events. A leopard is on the prowl, chasing a German shepherd in its own backyard. The dog makes a run for it, seeking the safety of the house. The leopard, seemingly the clear predator, abruptly stops its pursuit. It stands there frozen, seemingly fixated on something out of frame. Here's where things get interesting. The leopard, tail between its legs, bolts in the opposite direction. Now, it's the German shepherd giving chase, disappearing off camera in hot pursuit. Moments later, the dog returns, victorious, with the leopard nowhere to be seen. So, what happened? What spooked the mighty predator? Did the German shepherd unleash some hidden courage? Or was the leopard spooked by something else entirely? Or maybe there's more to this David and Goliath story than meets the eye. This clip leaves us with more questions than answers. One thing's for sure. Never underestimate the heart of a home defender, be it canine or feline. Let's shift gears and delve into something a little unsettling. This clip takes us to a hospital in Mexico. During a quiet night shift.
Miren.
It's 3:25 in the morning, and a doctor working the night shift starts hearing strange noises. He decides to record what's happening. In the footage, watch closely as a medical box in the corner, seemingly untouched, suddenly topples over. There's no one visible in the room, yet the box falls as if pulled by an unseen force. The doctor, while clearly startled, remains somewhat composed. The unexplained activity doesn't stop there. Down the hallway, a medical trolley begins to move on its own. The video clearly shows no one pushing it. The doctor cautiously investigates, checking behind curtains and every nook and cranny. Every chair is empty, every space devoid of a human presence. He returns to his starting point and the trolley rolls again. This footage is undeniably eerie. The unexplained movement, the unsettling silence. It's hard to explain with logic alone. Are we witnessing something supernatural? Hospitals, with their association with life and death, are often seen as gateways to the unknown. Let's hope none of us ever encounter such activity on our own night shifts. Prepare for a glitch in the natural world. This video features a group of caterpillars engaged in the strangest conga line ever. Clearly, they're all following the leader, or so they think.
Amazing. They just follow the leader.
Observe this hypnotic sight. Each caterpillar seems determined to stay directly behind the one in front. But that's the problem. It seems they've accidentally created a loop, each caterpillar blindly following the one ahead. You can't help but wonder how long this loop has been going, or whether they ever figured it out. A few intrepid caterpillars finally break free of the pattern, but the rest remain locked in their parade. Who's gonna break the news that they're going absolutely nowhere? This bizarre footage reminds us that nature has a sense of humor. It's both hilarious and strangely mesmerizing. Perhaps there's a lesson here for us humans too. Sometimes we need to step back and make sure we aren't just following the crowd in circles. Let's take a step into the unknown. This next clip features some unsettling footage captured on a security camera. At first glance, it seems like a normal afternoon. A man exits a house, his shadow stretching out behind him in the sunlight. But then, take a closer look. A shadowy figure appears beside the man's shadow, seemingly mimicking his movements. It almost resembles a child holding hands and walking alongside him. The man continues on his way, completely oblivious to the presence beside him. This is where things get strange. How do we explain this anomaly? Can it be dismissed as a trick of the light? Or is there something more at play? This footage, paired with the video of the unexplained activity in the Mexican hospital, raises some intriguing questions. Do these clips hint at a reality beyond our understanding? Are we witnessing spirits or some other unexplained phenomenon? The truth remains a mystery. This clip serves as a reminder that the unseen can sometimes be unsettling, leaving us with more questions than answers. What do you think? Is there a logical explanation? Or is there more to this story? This next clip proves that sibling rivalry extends far beyond our own species. Get ready for a hilarious and slightly dramatic battle for eucalyptus supremacy. These two koalas just can't seem to share the tree. Watch as one climbs with determination, only to be met with a swift kick and a not-so-friendly bite from its sibling. The poor thing tumbles down with a disgruntled squeak, landing with a plop. The look on its face is priceless. Pure koala grief, like a tiny bear betrayed by its closest kin. Despite the drama, koalas are undeniably adorable creatures. Well, except maybe for this particularly territorial one. This clip is a reminder that even the cutest animals can have a bit of a competitive streak. In the end, it's a harmless but noisy display of sibling rivalry and a moment of pure internet amusement. Let's end with a stark reminder of nature's brutal beauty. We often think of sharks as the ultimate ocean predators, but even they aren't immune to the harsh realities of the underwater world. This footage flips our expectations. Here, a shark finds itself the unexpected prey. A giant isopod, a creature that looks like a monstrous armored pillbug, latches onto the shark and drains its life. The shark, despite its size and reputation, succumbs. This clip serves as a chilling reminder that the ocean food chain is far more complex than we realize. Even the most formidable predators can find themselves vulnerable to the unexpected. Nature is a constant battle for survival, and sometimes the creatures we least expect wield the most surprising power. Again and again, I have been telling you guys how potentially dangerous camping in the wild can be, especially if we consider sundown. That place is haunted by a gigantic beast, which gets more strange every time it sees hunting camps in the woods. Check this out. As these hunters left their camp looking for bears around, they left a camera behind monitoring the camp, and this is what it recorded. The beast, also called Bigfoot by many, emerges from the trees and attempts to destroy the camp. It throws broken tree branches with all its might before leaving. The hunters were shocked to see all the mess when they came back, and they knew what had happened. As this terrifying video was uploaded on YouTube, it sent a loud and clear message to all the hunters. The notion that we have in mind of these creatures being shy is not right, and they can be deadly when the time comes, so it's better to stay away. Just imagine if you were there at the time this creature decided to pay a visit. Recorded in 2016, this video was anonymously posted on YouTube, and it features something that can be absolutely considered to be the stuff of nightmares. The man keeps saying that they heard someone screeching, and it was not anything like they have heard before. So he went down and out of the house to look if it was an animal in need of help or something, but instead found a creepy cryptid right on the roof staring back at him. It looked like a human with white straight hair, staring right at him. In seconds, the creature ducked back down and disappeared in the darkness. No matter how much the man tried, he could not find it again. The face of the creature reminds me of the rake, but it seems way too calm compared to the descriptions I have heard about. What do you think? Uploaded a couple of years ago by a YouTuber who has made the goal of his life to track Bigfoot and to prove to the whole world that they exist. But once as he was tracking the trail that he found, he somehow got too close to the beast and in the process ended up pissing the beast off. As he moved his flashlight and the camera towards where the creature was, the two glowing eyes stared into his soul, and he knew he had messed up. If we look into it closely, we can clearly see that the creature was ready to pounce upon the man and get done with him once and for all. However, the guy ran for his life, and luckily the creature did not follow him around. Personally, I would have dismissed this clip by saying it could be some car's headlights, but after the editing of the footage, we can clearly see the creature moving its head towards the man, so they have to belong to a deadly creature. We can also see the size of the creature. It looks to be massive. A security camera, hidden deep in the woods, captures a deeply unsettling sight. According to the owner, no one was there besides him, and the area should have been deserted. Yet, there is something there. It's undeniably humanoid, yet walks with an unnatural, uneven gait. The figure appears skeletal, impossibly thin. Could it be a lost soul? It's swift and moves with purposeful steps. What lurks in the shadowed corners of the night? Is it a creature of folklore or something far more sinister? This encounter is a stark reminder. The wilderness teems with secrets, and sometimes ignorance is its own kind of safety. Our last clip hinted at horrors, lurking unseen. This one will leave you questioning the very reality. Buckle up for a dash cam capture that'll make you rethink those late night drives. Giants, are they merely the stuff of legend, or is there more to the tales? This footage might just sway your opinion. Did you see that? A colossal figure sprints across the road, towering abnormally high, reaching halfway up the trees. Humanoid, yes, but with staggering size and an unsettling gait. This isn't the friendly giant of childhood stories. This is nightmare fuel. Imagine the sheer terror of the driver, witnessing this behemoth emerge from the darkness. The clip is a chilling reminder that sometimes the most horrifying creatures aren't figments of our imaginations. They're very real. Maybe double check those car door locks before your next journey. Stories of the underworld, of souls trapped in eternal torment. Those were just tales to frighten children, right? Old myths from a time before deep excavation and modern technology, or so we thought. But this video might challenge those assumptions. Listen closely. Those moans, those cries. Almost like someone pleading, writhing in agony. What could create such sounds? Are the legends of the underworld more than mere fables? Is there another dimension lurking just beneath our feet, occasionally bleeding into our own? This encounter has me questioning everything. The unseen horrors above, and now those possibly lurking below. It seems neither the darkness nor the depths offer any true respite. Those first two clips were disturbing enough. This one, it's absurd. Frankly, I doubt it's real. But if it is, we're all in trouble. How can anyone live with this level of uncertainty and potential horror lurking in the shadows? Look at that. The whole thing screams fake. That figure. It looks like a person in some cheesy white costume, trying way too hard to be creepy. The jerky movements, the sudden turns, it feels staged, and the editing seems suspicious. I'm calling it, this isn't real. Let's hope I'm right, because if it is, this is crazy scary. Honestly, it gives me a newfound respect for everyone who chooses wilderness living. Unknown flying objects. They're more fascinating than terrifying, right? They hint at the ultimate answer. Are we truly alone? So, naturally, I'm always intrigued. This clip is a strange one, though. It seems to be filmed by a kid on a plane. See those flashes of light? Did they just zip around the plane in the blink of an eye? Or is something tricking our eyes? Clearly, there are 3 distinct lights hovering, but the kid isn't freaking out. Maybe he doesn't grasp what he's seeing. Oddly, none of the other passengers seem to notice either. Whatever this is, it doesn't feel staged. It's just a kid, fascinated by some strange lights. So, what are they? A trick of the light, or are we looking at alien technology? It's thrilling to think other intelligent life might be out there, advanced enough to visit us. From the mysteries of outer space to the ones right under our noses, Bigfoot. It seems like such a creature should be easy to confirm or deny, right? Yet, After decades of sightings, we still don't have definitive proof. Of course, a lack of evidence doesn't mean something doesn't exist. Every now and then, clips like this emerge, adding another piece to the puzzle.
Mama, what is that?
Whoa!
That is Bigfoot.
We're making history, Caine.
Are you sure?
Well, what does it look like to you?
This family, enjoying a picnic, captured something fascinating. The reactions seem genuine. You can hear the excitement in the kids' voices. If it's staged, it's a convincing one. So, is that truly a Bigfoot? Why does it seem to be deliberately hiding? If these creatures are real, why are they so elusive? And why with so many recordings? Are there no videos of Bigfoot attack? So many questions. Let's just hope this clip is authentic, offering a glimpse to satisfy our curiosity about these legendary beings. This clip showcases a terrifying encounter that highlights the consequences of habitat encroachment. Buckle up for a scene straight out of a wildlife documentary, but one that unfolded in a place it absolutely shouldn't have: a school.
Beck the swimming facilities before attacking a man by the pool. The male feline injured 6 people who tried to capture
A leopard, a magnificent creature in its natural habitat, has become a horrifying presence in this Indian school. Watch as it stalks the corridors, a predator in a place of learning. Reports say it attacked and injured 6 people.
Feline injured 6 people who tried to capture it during a nearly 10-hour-long effort to
highlighting the potential danger of such encounters. It took a tense 10 hours to finally capture the animal. This incident serves as a stark reminder. As humans expand, wildlife corridors shrink. The leopard's presence in the school is a consequence of habitat loss. We need to be more responsible in safeguarding animal spaces to avoid such conflicts. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Prepare to witness the destructive force of nature. This dashcam video captures the terrifying impact of a powerful earthquake in Japan. Imagine yourself in this car. The first tremors strike, and the world begins to shake. Buildings sway violently, some crumbling as dust fills the air. Panic and fear would consume you. Watch the cyclist struggling to stay upright. That's what it feels like to lose control as the ground shifts beneath your feet. Against nature's fury, we are utterly helpless. Lying down might seem wise, but falling debris could be fatal. And this isn't even considering the tsunamis that often follow such quakes. The rush of water is an entirely different beast, sweeping away everything in its path and leaving unimaginable destruction. This video is a stark reminder of our planet's power, capable of devastating entire communities in an instant. May it inspire awe, compassion for those affected, and a deeper commitment to protecting this fragile place we call home. We just witnessed nature's destructive power. Now let's marvel at its boundless creativity. Nature is the ultimate artist. The sheer diversity of life, from dazzling colors to extraordinary forms, is beyond our wildest imagination. Take this eel, for example. It's vibrant green. Why green? Why not pink or black or any other color? The answer is a mystery, part of nature's grand design. Then there's its elongated body, so unlike most fish, yet perfectly adapted for its environment. That face almost dolphin-like, a fascinating blend of the familiar and the strange. This creature is a reminder of how much we still have to learn. But there's another message here. We must stop intruding on wild habitat. Eels, as beautiful as they are, can be dangerous. Admiring nature from a distance is best, for our safety and theirs. After all, we're all part of this interconnected web. Our survival depends on a healthy, thriving environment. Speaking of not interfering, there might be some exceptions. Sometimes nature might need a helping hand, but with extreme caution. Take these two deer, for instance. Their antlers are locked in a fierce struggle. Even in this predicament, you can see their incredible strength. One deer lifts the other clear off the ground. Imagine the force they could unleash against a human. This is one of those situations where careful intervention can truly make a difference. It's important to remember, though, that these are wild animals, unpredictable and potentially dangerous. I commend these good Samaritans for their caution. Using that long-handled saw is a smart move. Finally, the deer are free. See that bolt, reveling in its newfound freedom. The other deer pauses, perhaps in pain, but it will likely recover. We need more compassionate people like this, willing to help while respecting the delicate balance of nature. We've witnessed nature's destruction and beauty. Now let's see its unsettling strangeness. This video comes from an Australian beach. Brace yourselves. What is this creature? It appears to have been dead for some time, but its form is utterly bizarre. Those teeth, one bite could sever a limb. The body almost fox-like, but tapering into a fish-like form, ending in a thin tail. It's a monstrous hybrid, a macabre twist on the mermaid myth. Our oceans are so vast, holding countless secrets. Even with centuries of exploration, we still discover creatures like this. It makes you wonder what other terrifying things might lurk undiscovered in the depths. Let's be grateful that this creature is dead. I wouldn't want to encounter a live one. Nobody deserves that fate. Life is fragile. Disasters, natural or accidental, can strike in an instant. We can't always control what happens, but we can take steps to protect ourselves. Take this case, for example.
Oh my God! No, it's the camera. It's the camera. Come on. Come on, Lori. Let me have this. No.
This elderly man seems to have mobility issues. Suddenly, smoke appears near the window. Within seconds, flames erupt. Thankfully, others are home and rush him to safety. The room is quickly engulfed. It took less than a minute. Imagine if no one had been there, or if this happened while everyone slept. The outcome could have been tragic. This is why home fire sprinklers are crucial. Look at this video of a house with home sprinklers and one without. The difference is stark. A home fire can become deadly in under 2 minutes. Help won't arrive in time to prevent the worst. Prevention is key. Be responsible. Install fire sprinklers. It could save your life and the lives of those you love. Brace yourselves. A new fear unlocked. This is a roadway in India. Thankfully, these people are safe inside their car, but they're witnessing sheer panic outside. The cause? An enormous insect swarm, bees perhaps, or something else. Look at that man desperately trying to shield himself with plastic. It's futile. Those fleeing in the other car made the right call. There's no hiding from this. The sheer number of insects is terrifying. You might think, how much harm can a tiny bee do? But in numbers, they're lethal. Research shows dozens of people die annually from hornets, wasps, and bee stings. Imagine thousands. Bottom line, be cautious. Don't disturb their nests. Live and let live, or as the saying goes, let them be. From the natural world to the realm of the unexplained. This is drone footage from Evergreen Cemetery in Arkansas, filmed under the cover of darkness. Some background. There's a statue of a young woman at the entrance. Legend says that she grieves the loss of her child, her restless spirit wandering the cemetery. The drone operators claim to have heard eerie cries and moans. Focus on the pillar. Did you see something? Let's look again. A figure, seemingly female, crouches low, then rises and fades into the darkness. No sane person would be out here alone at night. And did you notice? She appears almost translucent, vanishing as if made of smoke. It's enough to send chills down your spine. Now, try getting any sleep tonight. Imagine hiking in a foreign land, expecting a scenic adventure. But this woman got a story no one could top. An orangutan has her in its grip. It's not violent, but it's incredibly strong, and it won't let go. She's remarkably composed, but her fear grows with each passing moment. The guides urge her to stay calm. The orangutan has a baby. That's what's driving its protective behavior. Those attempts to lick or nip. It's the orangutan's way of investigating this stranger. The guides offer food as a distraction, but it's still fixated on her. See her growing panic? She's holding strong, but it's clear she's terrified. Finally, temptation wins, and the orangutan releases her to grab the food. This encounter, while oddly heartwarming, is a stark reminder that wild animals are both powerful and unpredictable. This woman was incredibly lucky. Yet, there's a deeper message here. These animals' homes are shrinking. We're encroaching on their territory. This can't continue. We must take responsibility and act now to protect the wild spaces that remain. For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in.